ons. So bad memories on this map for them.
If you can find happier times. But GEEKSTAR, I think today, especially if they could just close this out, win it straight 3-0, and then of course, you know, maybe even a 4-0 if they can take the final map, but that would do wonders for them as far as bolstering their fan base. They're showing a lot of promise here with these players.
Certainly, and we have to rethink the whole group if they take this 4-0 today. Everything is turned on its head at the bottom of the bracket. Running a normal attack composition here, Climax this time not taking the risky Widow, going for the Zarya.
Pushing their way through. A little bit of aggression coming out of GEEKSTAR. They almost chased them inside, but we'll just go ahead and kite back. Baba's the first one across. So far, fairly standard routing from O2.
Notice GeeKSTAR blocking every right click from Climax.
Yeah, just trying to deny that away. Still going to be building up pretty rapidly here. For that Graviton Surge, going to be above 50%, but now Lookby going to be taking down Arrow as well. Eliminated. Climax trying to make his way out here successfully, but Pin just going to clip him, and GeeKSTAR will be able to pick up that kill. And he makes it to 92%, so we'll have that online for the next push.
Ooh, that's rough.
But when the next push is going to happen, we don't know, because right now they're going to be staggering Humbaba.
That's too greedy.
And there you go, Fire Strike. Oh, the ragdoll is just so sad.
It is so sad. Well, that's a risk that they took there to try to get some extra ult charge that then gave Yeomwon the matching grab. So it doesn't end up working out for them in the end at all. GeeKSTAR just had the better pincer kind of situation set up there when the speed boost came through from O2. That's why they were able to get that first kill. Might just see us pinned into the wall.
Well, rallies out from Assassin. Climax throws down the Graviton, but they're not really at a good enough angle to get that many kills. Climax does manage to find Leo. Spawning grab comes out, locks him up. Seems like actually O2 might have found a very good position here. Who's going to get picked off with that Transcendence available? Now GeeKSTAR popped out of the mech. Eliminated here, just going to be holding on to that self-destruct, and seems like GeeKSTAR will be surrendering point A.
Very well done. The ult charges for Waffle and Who were at 95 and 99% when that grab went off, so they were close but no cigar, as they say, and Who was picked off right as he hit his Transcendence, so couldn't use it. They hold them now for the defense to prevent perhaps a double cap from occurring. There's no grab here for Climax. But that's really the main reason why O2 was able to make this fight look so one-sided, is because those answers were just not there for the faster grab for Climax.
Shatters up, Lookby pushing forward, drops the hammer, manages to lock up GeeKSTAR, who will now go ahead and just dump that self-destruct to make it back into the mech. Much knew that he wasn't going to be able to find that many picks. Lookby going to get stunned up as he drops down, taken out instantly. And now it's going to be GeeKSTAR just looking for any exit kills they can get, try to get Yeomwon back up to that next Graviton Surge. He's nearly there. And now at 82%, so some of those right clicks is going to be connecting.
So we're going to actually chase here to get some more ult charge. Climax is caught out.
He is. That was a lot of time.
I mean, he definitely...
He built up pretty nicely for the grab, though.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to trade. Basically, when you do that, you're trading time bank for ult charge. And when Eco Push is doing the same thing, but it can take longer and actually have worse results. So I'm not a hater of this or anything. We see almost every top Zarya do this in this meta right now. This next push, you know, it's going to be the support chicken, right? I mean, we've got ults across the board. Later support ultimates are really going to be the winners here.
Well, a lot of them are going to be dropped
Unless
down,
you're
but
dead.
Hailey just completely cuts himself off from the rest of the squad. Didn't get the memo, I guess. Now everybody else still operating just underneath here. Trying to inch our way out. Some boops coming through. Assassin trying to get the knockoff.
It's going to be a reset.
Yep, that's just going to be the call coming in. And Zimbabwe is going to be the only one able to make it out alive.
So two reasons why Hailey might have been on that side. One, of course, would be to make it appear like there was not a Transcendence ready to answer for the grab coming out for GeeKSTAR. Then he would sweep in and have the better timed one. The other reason would be that he was hoping he could get a right click into something like that, maybe assassinate Who, and then maybe that would lead them to win the fight. So it was a big risk. They've got a nice time bank, but obviously, you know, when you die like that, then causes a reset.
I don't know. I think he just kind of done goof, but either way, now he's got the Transcendence ready to go, trying to top Humbaba up. He'll be able to do so successfully. So not going to be losing out onto that mech yet. Graviton Surge going to be coming through, locking up the members of O2. Bomb coming in, but they can't get rid of the shield, but Lookby now killed from behind. They push forward, take him down. Arrow follows shortly thereafter. Both supports, etc., etc. O2 going to be held at bay again. GEEKSTAR showing some very nice restraint with their ultimates.
Exactly. You know, this is as weird as it is to say, like, just holding on to those and knowing that timing is often what decides these big fights. If you ever see a fight in this meta that looks like I have no idea what's going on, look at the ult charges for the supports. You can see them at the right side of your UI here of both teams. You'll get a better idea of what was used there. Because that's going to tell you how many resources were burned and what's going to happen right after those grabs expire. In this mirror matchup, it's super important to keep track of that. Both teams have, you know, someone dedicated to managing, calling out how much ult the supports have.
Coming through, looking for that boop. Shatter going to be coming down, locks him up. All the support's going to be gone yet again. And Luckby, he's like, no, you can't get me. I will take myself out.
I'm in control of my destiny.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not giving you any more KD stats padding. This is going to be a suicide death.
Yeah, just gets himself out of there. Oh boy.
Well, this is very efficient for O2. Really well done. Burning down yet another, or sorry, excuse me, for GEEKSTAR, burning down another push. And O2 is going to have a few more shots at this, but taking this right side path every time, you know, with the exception of Highly Sunny's being on the left, has really not been massively successful thus far. Look at Waffle looking to set it up again. He's on the high part there to look for the knockback once they enter. That's going to push them into too much damage.
Just going to be skirting around.
Look at that.
Knocks down a couple here. Gets the isolation there onto Luckby, but Dio out. Doesn't get taken down by that fire strike bomb coming through. Not going to find anything for Humbaba. Makes his way back into the mech and will continue the fight. GEEKSTAR in the meantime going to be holding on to his own self-destruct. Dumps it down here over to the side, trying to find a pickoff. Gets Highly. An arrow will die on the back end. And yet again, O2 cannot find anything despite getting that initial pick on the Leo.
It's so frustrating when you have to approach like this, because if you go to the left side, you're fighting into a choke. You go, you know, if you go to the right side, it's a bigger choke, but you can sometimes get an insta blow up kill there. But because Waffle is being so good at just hugging that wall and then knocking members off, basically making it a 6v4 or a 6v3, as well as sometimes just outright, you know, ruining a combo, it's so difficult to approach. It's really nice to see Lucio thinking about this aspect of the game. They're going to go through the middle this time.
Arrow down to half. Shatter coming in. Not going to find anything. Blocked out completely by the Zarya bubble thrown in on the Leo. Charge forward. Luckby not going to be able to get a connection. Transcendence going to be expiring here shortly for Highly. Luckby is already gone. Able to get rid of that Reinhardt despite the healing coming out of the Zenyatta. Push up to the top cable. She pops Humbaba out. They will just go for a nice little stagger onto him again. They know that the time bank is so very limited. Taking him down late does wonders for GEEKSTAR's chances.
GEEKSTAR is almost certainly going to have this hold on B now.
It would take such a miracle fight from O2 at this point. They have a rally and a sound barrier.
Yeah, the thing is, like, basically, this grab is going to eat the sound barrier for O2, and then what are they going to fight from there? Like, Climax might be able to grab if his bubble is perfect, but the respawn advantage is always going to be there for GEEKSTAR. They have the ult advantage as well. It's going to take some sort of miracle here for O2 to get B right now. They're going to take the middle approach again, and they're already caught.
Yeah, Grab's going to be catching them up. That's going to be looking for the bigger bang. Highly taken down the sound barrier. Not enough, and the shatter from Leo is absolutely huge. Catches the few remaining members here. Stun up Leo, going to be going low. Bombs thrown down. Waffle will die, but there you go, Humbaba. You got one, but you cannot get the finish. GEEKSTAR hold off B, give up no percentage.
Waffle was so good at stopping these pushes, knocking members off the high ground, gaining that vision, while not only staying up there on the high ground, you know, or above the wall where they're entering, right, on the second floor, but also flipping around to the other side to see and check if they were going to take the middle path or if they were going to continue the staircase or if they were going to split 3-3, because those are basically the three options you have. You try to go to the left side out there, I mean, it has worked before, but it's really risky. So that's why most teams will go to the right up to the staircase. But anyway, he was able to let his team know every time where the enemies were going to approach from, ruin those setups, block their combos, and that last fight give the information as to where Humbaba should put that Diva Bomb, where the grab should be placed. Or sorry, not Humbaba, flipping that around, Cable-Shi, where he would put that Diva Bomb with the grab coming through from Yumwan in the center. And this is really a meta where the supports, I think, are the big playmakers. For a while, you know, you would see, okay, the Diva's the playmaker here, I can eat the grab, I could stop this, everything from happening. But Zarya players are so good now that it's almost impossible to make that happen. We've seen a few players like Hoon be successful with that. But it's more about the supports gaining that information, getting those positional advantages, having those supports ultimates timed correctly, building those quickly. And I feel like that's the main differentiating factor here between these two squads, that and Climax having somewhat of a weaker Zarya here, is the support line is just killing it right now for GEEKSTAR.
Well, Climax is going to be on the Widowmaker, and they're well aware of this as that poison trap goes off. GEEKSTAR not looking to change anything up, still going to be operating with a 3-3. And one gets disconnected there for a moment, but makes it back behind Leo's barrier to keep himself alive. Poison trap going to be thrown up top. While Arrow pushes up, just going to be spamming out those nades, trying to chunk them out as they go for the cross. But overall, doesn't find that much damage. He's still sitting at 33% on this Junkrat here at the moment. Climax trying to land some of these headshots. Chunks out a couple members here. Leo falling low. GeeKSTAR as well tagged up. Leo, the first one, dead. If he finds that kill, and Climax is going to be completely unhindered here. Needs to be worried about his teammates. Humbaba and Rain both going to be going down. Gets the shot onto Assassin. The tire comes out. Who will get dropped? And that will be GeeKSTAR held off here for the first push. Yum1 looks like he will be able to make it out with his life.
So once again, Climax's reason for being in is going back to comfort pick here, Widowmaker. But they find the hits. He's able to circumvent the rest of the team and do that massive damage with the Junkrat. Look at Yum1's ult charge, very weak. They swap over to the Winston here to try to shut him down, and here he comes.
It's a lot of damage, does manage to stay alive. Grappling over to the side. Hulk coming through, trying to lock him up, trying to feed over some ult charge to Arrow, who has been having one of the slowest tires. Secondary tires coming up. You're still going to be sitting at 44%, now going to get taken down. Climax eliminated. Waffle going to be the only one exchanged. Got so very close to that sound barrier. And now who will be joining him in the grave? So only going to be Assassin here supporting GeeKSTAR. They'll make their way over onto the point, pop Humbaba out of that mech and take him down, so it might just still be a one fight for them.
Could be a double.
Is going to be changing things up. Lucky swapping over onto the Rhine.
This feels like a double to me, Achilios. O2's just now swapping over. The bio grenade's going to have to be big. All it took was the Winston swap. They forced Climax away. What did we see on the first push? Climax popping off. What did we see on the second one? Him grappling away and then dying. They did not have the damage they needed to defend that push because of the Winston swap. The coordination was good from GeeKSTAR. And now they have this advantage where they can jump on the high ground here with Leo, block everyone out, set up a grab. They're actually going to try to bait everyone onto the point.
It's going to be zapping away. Primal Rage now going to be coming out. Gets stunned up the sound barrier through. However, groups them up. That's going to be the grab in bomb on the backside. Triple kill over to GeeKSTAR. Both supports plus the tank going to be gone. One tick is all they need. GeeKSTAR have not lost a member yet. Humbaba gets back into the mech, but gets taken out just as quickly. Arrow swaps over onto this wrecking ball, but just gets burned down, and it just doesn't seem like there's anything O2 can do.
Trance is going to buy some time.
Highly allowing for the rest of the team to rejoin. Can they actually stabilize this close to losing? Humbaba, rocket punch in, falling low, taken down. Assassin finds the kill. Arrow pops him up again with another pile driver, but now Climax is gone. Luck be dead. Arrow trying to find a way to escape, but has to stay on to the point. They burn him down. They get it. GeeKSTAR take it. They come out after being 4-0'd by Runaway and take their series versus O2 3-0.
And what many would call an upset, but we have to remember that it was just Runaway that they faced earlier on this season. And this speaks not only to GeeKSTAR's strength here, their improvement as well, which you could definitely feel from week 1 to week 2, but it does speak to how powerful Runaway really is as a squad right now. You know, we've learned that, you know, this team, O2, came out swinging, got that crushing victory against Blossom. Then now they find themselves in a similar situation, destroyed by GeeKSTAR, and the kind of chain here, the food chain of the group, they just jumped up a rung. Absolutely. They, you know, may even take the 4-0 tonight. Feels likely, but
yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to be about mitigation here for O2.
I have to say, Achilios, it's not what anyone wants to hear, you know, across the world, across the globe. But the teams that are running anti-GOATS compositions, the teams that are trying to break the meta, the teams that are trying to go against what is popular today, the 3-3, triple tank, triple support, are finding the least success in this tournament right now. And O2 has tried it with the Widow. They've tried it with, you know, this attempted Hanzo Pharah. Sure, it worked previously against Blossom, was also not running 3-3 last week for the majority of the matches. We saw WGS Armament, you know, attempt to do similar things with the Hanzo, also the Wrecking Ball we saw them do on Achilios. And I think it's another sign of the meta that even though some of these things may work in scrims, they may work on the 6-stack, you know, up at top 500. It's not always going to work against a team that is just running the standard and optimized the standard so well. And even the Widow play, it worked so well to defend the first attack there on A, but all it takes is a Winston swap, and then suddenly, uh-oh, that doesn't work so well anymore. And you know, perhaps they could have been better prepared for that scenario, but it's just really rough when everything that everyone's trying to do to counter this has been seen before, and everyone knows how to say, oh, we can't jump up. What if we just played Winston instead and put that pressure on?
Well, seems like we're not going to be having any swaps, so Arrow and Climax will be closing out the series. Not going to be getting a final look at Decal here. So, oh, maybe not. Coming back to us. I heard that music. I thought we were going in, but okay.
We're going in to the caster desk shot.
We are. I guess we're doing that. I was like lounging.
Yeah, same. I was like looking back.
I got my leg up like this. I was like, yeah, no one changed seats. But okay. So yeah, we're going to figure out what this final map is going to be. O2. I mean, this is a precarious spot, you know? They weren't able to cleanly take a 4-0 in their first series. They need to get this final win. Otherwise, they're going to just lose everything that they had set up for themselves, move down to, what, a -1 scoreline. They don't want to do that. They want to finish as, you know, as positively as possible.
I guess that for O2, you know, they played Dorado last time. If they're not going to sub Climax out, then I think Dorado's a good option. They've already shown the favor that to the Junkrat Widow. They've been practicing a lot of Junkrat, clearly. So that's something that you can certainly run on Dorado if you again want to just go against, you know, like what I always say, you go against the grind of the meta. Sometimes you're going to feel the friction, and they certainly are right now, but if that's really how they feel, they prepared for this series and that's what they want to do, then I would say Dorado is a better bet than going to Route 66 where those choke points and high grounds are going to be a nightmare. But they do take us to the opposite map we saw them on last week. That wasn't their map choice with Blossoms, but will it be more of the same? Will we see maybe a Pharah, Hanzo come out again here? I hope not.
I mean, no decal, so probably not, at least for the Pharah aspect of it.
Sure.
You know, could just be Climax going back over to Widowmaker, especially on defense here. We'll have to see what they're going to piece together, but do or die time for O2 if they want to pick up a victory here. Otherwise, GEEKSTAR firing back, really looking to stabilize and bring themselves to just a nice neutral 0 with their differential. I mean, to go from getting 4-0'd to finding a 4-0 victory in your next set is a pretty massive turnaround.
Oh, it certainly is. So,
be very, very good for them. Let's see if GEEKSTAR can pull it off or if O2 will have a last little chuckle. They don't get a full laugh because they lost.
Bit of a scoff, perhaps.
Just like a,
yeah.
That's what they get.
Yeah.
No guffawing or anything like that.
No, no guffaws. No hilarity will ensue. Just perhaps a final smirk, even.
Yeah. They get like a bad pun reaction where it's just like a...
They get to walk out as the last victorious team of the two, you know. Took the last map.
Yeah. Well, we got the most recent win, even though you guys
one's only one that
won the whole
counts.
series. Yeah. Idiots. Like.
Well, I see Luke be on the Orisa, and I feel like this could be real. It is.
Playing forward, Willis gets scouted.
Triple DPS, quadruple DPS.
Okay, well, they spot the D.Va, so they're probably thinking that they're playing up into the canyon. But hey, how's it going? Everyone's going to pop out. Kababa cannot get far enough away. Taken down. Climax has found a nice shot there on the Waffle, trying to line one up on the young one, but Arrow finds the kill. And, well, this isn't exactly working out for GEEKSTAR. GEEKSTAR at the moment.
Well, they don't have any sustain O2 with this, but what they do have is massive DPS, and they're punishing this overextension here that every team is doing right now, is trying to get that fight where you have the high ground and you surprise everyone. And at first it didn't work out because they got the opening pick onto Humbaba, but Rez comes through, and then suddenly O2 can burst through these tanks that are out of position, that use their cooldowns wrong.
The fix! The
well,
3-3 counter, it's quad DPS!
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but it may be the counter to standing up really far on A.
Everyone, look, take to your solo queue. Spread the word.
It has forced GEEKSTAR to play some hit scan here.
Yep.
So at least we're starting to get a variety of gameplay here on this fourth map.
All right, well, highly building up. Pulse Bomb going to be ready to go. Stunned up, and yeah, well, this is nothing.
Brigida's still in it. So.
Yeah, he can still assassinate you. But Arrow actually takes on Yum once, and now alleviating the pressure of that Widowmaker. But Humbaba as well going to be taken down. And oh god, guys, I was wrong. Revert the message. It's not the counter. Well, it was a false prophecy.
I mean, this was ill-fated from the start, but let's just remember that that they tried it. Okay, it was interesting for a second.
They're still doing something else. Lookby is moving over to the Hammond, and are they going to keep all the DPS?
Looks like
so far,
it
looks like yes.
Well, unfortunately, this has no sustain.
Okay, that was the problem.
GEEKSTAR has now swapped over Yum1 to the Sombra because he knows he can't beat Climax in the duel. Climax is the better Widow, right? It's just not his meta. So he's just going to look for more hacks onto the Hammond after scouting that. And GEEKSTAR already has the right answers to this.
So Barad's going to get dropped in.
Counter
down, but Yum1 actually from the ground comes up with a Kale Transcendence out from Who, helping to keep everybody else topped up. Pulse Bomb not going to find anything. Yum1 takes down Lookby, and it turns out that Hammond wasn't really the missing puzzle piece. So,
if you'll remember, Hylie was one of the only Zenyatta players, along with Violet occasionally, to swap over to Tracer last season on Achilios specifically, so he has experience on this hero. But, I mean, sustain is there, they got the counter heroes, they got the Brigida Slam, they got the hacks for the Hammond. Like, what are you going to do? It's like, it's not like this has never been tried before, Achilios, you know? It's just, yeah, it's been seen and done.
All right, well pushed up around the corner here. Climax going to be swapping over onto the McCree. And Hylie just going to get dove on. Now they can afford to play this far forward. They almost get Climax. He retreats safely back into the diner. But Humbaba, he'll be suffering a little bit here.
Okay, this is actually...
She trying to body block the Zenyatta, but it's not going to work out. Climax finds that hit. Takes him down.
This is a real comp now, imagine. So it can be quite strong.
Climax comes up with another one. Leo taken down, pokes out, gets the Deadeye ready to go, and the cart will start advancing again. O2 might have been able to stabilize, but an EMP is ready.
Yeah, the biggest thing is the EMP. They don't have any counter support ultimates, so we're going to see a big commitment to Leo diving in as soon as that EMP is set and ready. I think Sombra is actually still with the group right now, not flanking. Don't have a shot of her right now, so I can't confirm, but I would imagine. Here we go.
Seth shows himself for the moment, tries to go for that hack there on a Lookby, taking him low. Can they finish him off?
Very passive play from O2. You know, backing away from that EMP, but they're not gaining anything from this either.
Deadeye drawn out, looking for a target, but everybody just going to be playing around those sight lines very nicely. Oh, Young1's going to get spotted out. There's on the EMP. I don't think he might not have caught anybody. Either way, Arrow and Hylie still going to get taken down. Climax, Primal Rage to death there by Leo. Pulse Bomb up into the air, will find Waffle, but Humbaba can't make it back into the mech. The OG bar going to be ticking away. Arrow desperately trying to swap over onto the Hammond, but it just wasn't close enough. And the cart will be full held.
I think the idea with the EMP there was to try to catch the supports to make sure they couldn't counter, but...
I think he just panicked and then tried to lock down... I can't think, actually. He tried to lock down Rain.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if he actually caught anybody. It didn't look like he did.
I think he definitely got Rain, and he was looking for both. But it doesn't matter because neither of them had support ultimates anyways. But he was playing safe standard Brigida. But this is, I think, this is going to be a map that's remembered as kind of like a cautionary tale for those teams who think, well, we'll just try this DPS thing. You know, they play really far forward, we can kill them. Yes, I liked the idea. If they had killed everyone and put 3 members on the cart and then swapped everyone back to 3-3, then I think this could have been a great start for them. They would have actually had a lead and ult charge, and they would have been able to transition. It would have been a cool, like, aha, you were playing really too far forward, and you didn't expect this, and we got you in this first team fight. Now we can swap. But because they stuck with it, eventually GEEKSTAR swapped to the proper counters, and it's just, it was cool, right? It was really interesting, and it was an attempt. It was real pro play. This was not a troll comp or anything. It was actually kind of cool to see them attempt it, but, you know, there are reasons why in these longer fights, and as we start to get into a more open area like this one, Big Earls, that it doesn't work anymore.
I'd say it was neat.
It was neat.
We got to see Soldier for the first time in a hot minute.
Sure. We didn't see him for very long, but we did see him.
Yeah, he was there.
He died real quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He's an old man now. He's not as limber as he used to be. Well, they're scouting out, making sure that there's no shenanigans.
Give Soldier 50 armor, okay? Let's just do that. What about that? I don't know. Maybe
you easily
lose
do
like
that
1
with a
second
brigade on your squad.
Certainly true.
Jump up over the top. Leo just going to be zapping away once that Primal Rage. Luckby doesn't really get an opportunity to swing. So doesn't find any charge. Push around into the back. Leo jumping forward. Highly going to go low. Gets the Zarya bubble here the last second. The charge forward. Still zapping away, trying to finish him off. Cable She's able to do so right at the last second, but gets popped out and loses his life because of that.
Yeah. Actually, pretty interesting stuff here from GEEKSTAR. They have a positional advantage despite the lack of members here.
And there's a happy little trade actually in the long term here. The lack of healing going to be hurting them up. Rain doing his damnedest to top them up. Attack's going to be coming through. Assassin trying to block with the shield. Don't keep the Zarya alive as that Orb of Harmony very slowly ticks her up. Armor pack coming in again. Cart getting ready to roll through. O2 Guardian trying to defend this. Leo just going to be gaining everybody back with the Primal Rage. Almost takes Luckby down. Self-destruct from Baba, not going to be finding any picks. She again going to be knocked out of that mech and taken down instantly.
They have, you know, O2 does a pretty nice set of ultimates here. The support ultimates can buy some time. But if GEEKSTAR forces them out for any reason before the grab goes off, then the map will end and GEEKSTAR takes a 4-0, right? So O2 needs to be so careful with how they use these. They're going to spread out, control this high ground, wait for the commitment of that grab. Cannot use it early. That's what Winston is trying to force. Is trying to force him to pop that Transcendence.
Baba can deny this. Young one locked up. Will not get an opportunity to use it. Recently, Time's going to be holding on. Has that Transcendence. They would love to bait that out right now in this extended fight, but I don't know if they're going to get the opportunity. Baba will get popped out. So right clicks there from Hiley. Takes down Leo.
Hiley knows that he was going to be the target. He played further back. He got those right clicks off. He did a ton of damage. Ends up getting several kills on the fight. So O2 is very much aware of the game plan here for GEEKSTAR, trying to force out these support ultimates. And because he's such an accurate Zenyatta player, they actually kind of turn it against GEEKSTAR. Not going to last forever, though.
Jump back over onto the card grab. Going to be coming through. Locks him up, and finally with that Transcendence, too late. Luckby gets popped. Kiboshi with that self-destruct finds the kill. Leo cannot retreat fast enough. Climaxing to burn him down. Throws out his own grab and will be taken away. Kiboshi this time in range. Has that defense matrix up, denies it. Baba. Hail Mary attempt with that self-destruct. Tries to deny.
That was actually
tries
huge.
To push them back.
That actually might have just saved them.
Well, perhaps. We'll see. Shatter comes down. Luckby locks him up. Gets burned down instantly. Rain taken out by the shield bash. No one's on the cart. GEEKSTAR will be able to complete this with a 4-0 on the day.
4-0 experimentation for O2 team, trying to, you know, really do the opposite of what they did last season. Last season they were stick with their guns, gonna run the Widowmaker on every map. Eventually got a little bit more comfortable with the Sombra and with the Hanzo. But
see how ecstatic the players are.
Sure. I mean, GEEKSTAR resets. They go back to 0 here after the -4. They will be 1-1, 0 indicator up or down in the map score. It's a great night for GEEKSTAR. They have turned the momentum around. They have changed the opinions of everyone who watches Contenders worldwide. And for O2 team, we have further questions now. You know, the strategies they used against Blossom had great success there, and it made them seem viable. But it's really the test of this. It's the skill test. You know, where are you using the strategy? What's the level of play of your opponent? Clearly, GEEKSTAR was underestimated by everyone. And when they come in today with the same strategy prepared, thinking it might be another easy pickup for them, it doesn't work out. Climax falls short on the Zarya. An O2 team is probably going to have to go back to the drawing board, looking at week 3 as potentially A week where they have to go back to the standard play, the 3-3, not the counter comps that are finding middling success at best against some of the stronger teams. When you face Runaway later, when you face MVP Space, if you couldn't beat GEEKSTAR this way, you're going to have bigger issues. You're going to have bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, I think one of the big things that they're going to have to do as well is put Krong back in. Just keep Krong in the game. Just because his Zarya is quite good. He could absolutely go toe-to-toe with Yamwan. But Climax is not as well practiced. He said in the interview, as you were discussing before, he wants to prove that he can expand his horizons, play different picks. But so far, it's not really at the level of this other player who's just sitting here on the bench outside of control. So at this point, with this loss being as definitive as it was, I think you very heavily have to start considering putting Decal in more standardly, putting Krong in more long-term throughout these series.
And this is not just a sudden shock from today. When we saw the cracks show a little bit last week, we were having these same discussions about Climax. He lost the Widow duel to Ons, and then he went back to the Zarya and looked very weak in that matchup there. So it's definitely a little bit shaky. It's something that we're going to be discussing as we move forward.
Yep.